A really common problem when people first start sparring is that their mind goes blank. They can't think of anything to throw. They might have been training for weeks or even months, but when they get in the ring, it all goes out the window. And so I want to give you some drills that are going to help you think creatively and to be able to use your full arsenal when you're in there sparring. Several years ago, I had a private lesson student who we would train about 2 or 3 times a week, and I would run her through mitt sessions. She loved hitting the mitts, and she was doing really good. And so after a few months, she came in and I put her on a heavy bag and I said, today, I want you to just warm up on the bag, just freestyling. And she looked at me like, well, what do you want me to throw? And I said, we've been training for months now. Throw whatever you want. Throw anything you want, whatever comes to mind. You have a lot of tools. After a lot of hesitation, she finally got on the bag and started just going, punch kick, over and over. And so I was like, give me something new, give me something new. So then she just started, punch, kick, punch, kick. And she couldn't break out into anything else. And I realized from that experience that I had done a poor job developing her creativity in fighting. Because when you're on the mitts, all of the thought is being done for you. If I'm holding mitts for you, I have to know where to put the mitts. And so I have to tell you what I want. So I'm calling out combinations, jab, cross hook, hook, cross hook. So I'm giving you everything. You don't have to think about it, you just fire. And a lot of times in our bag classes, we would sort of do the same. We would just give people combinations to throw. All right, now I want jab, cross, hook, rear round. And they would just do that. Because of that, people got used to just being told what to throw. They didn't have to think about it themselves. And so ever since then, I realized just how important it is to make sure people get freestyle time on the bags, especially in order to get them prepared for sparring. So to prep people to be able to get into the ring and be creative and think about things and go through their full arsenal on the fly, I have people freestyle on the bags. So I want to go ahead and give you a few drills that I give my people to help them develop that creativity muscle, that ability to freestyle on the bag. The first set of drills is what I call focus drills. And that's where we pick a focus. So for instance, footwork. Let's say I'm fighting somebody who's maybe a really hard hitter. So we're gonna imagine they can throw knockout shots, but they tend to plod, okay? They tend to stay in one place. Their footwork is almost non-existent and they just sit down on their punches. So the rule becomes, if I'm not hitting the bag, I'm moving. There's never a point where I get to just stand in place. And if I catch my guys just standing in place, then they have to do a burpee. And what I recommend to you, this is what I did for myself, is record myself and then go back through and look at the times that I freeze or I'm not moving. So an example might kind of look like this. So whenever I'm hitting, I'm moving right after, okay? Boom, boom, wow, ha, ooh, ha, ha. Ha, 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 ha. So that's footwork. Another good focus is feints and false attacks. So now I'm going to rarely throw direct strikes. I'm going to use feints and false attacks to open lines. So maybe this is someone who really likes to try and intercept. Or maybe this is somebody that just tends to bite on anything that comes their way. They fling their arms out to block. They're very flinchy. So I'm going to feint, a lot of feints. So I might go feint low, hit high, okay? High, low, ha, ha, okay? Ha, 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 I might throw a few straight in, but then, oi, get those feints going. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha. So that's another focus, using feints. A third focus that I want to give you is mixing up levels, okay? So now, the rule of thumb is every 3 shots I throw, something has to change levels. So I can't go head, head, head. I can go body, head, head, or I can go head, body, head, or head, head, body. I can also just fire a kick. I can go head, head, leg, okay? But it has to change levels. So the rule of thumb is every 3 shots, one of them has to go somewhere else. But that's just rule of thumb. Basically, try and integrate a lot of it. So, whoosh, 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 ha, ha, hi, ha, ha, hi, hi, ha, 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 hi, ha, 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 hi. Ha, ha. So that's changing levels. So that's just 3. Ultimately, you could come up with a million of these. And with focuses, you can start to blend them together. So I won't go through a lot on this, but I could take, for instance, footwork and feints. So now I'm combining it. I'm moving and I'm using feints, okay? So, way. Here, way. So you can combine those. So that's category 1, focuses. Category 2 is limited rounds. Limited rounds means I'm going to limit myself to only a few options. So let's take a very common one is punches only, punches and elbows. So upper body only. So I've got here. Okay, so that's an example. Another good one would be legs only. Okay, so I've got kicks, I've got knees. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay, maybe I clinch up. Way, 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 way. And then a third one would be lead side only tools. So I'm only allowed to fire my front side tools, my right hand and my right leg. So, whoosh, 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 these limited rounds are great for coming up with new stuff, because when I take away things that are maybe some of my favorite tools, then all of a sudden I have to come up with new ways to use what I know. And so I can find some unique combinations that I really like, or some unique setups that I really like. So now I'm going to give you one more category. And this, I'm just going to call it combinations. We'll take a combo, and I'll take a combo that I'm personally working on right now. And that is going from left lead, jab to the head, liver shot, then sliding off into southpaw, cross, lead round kick. So it looks like this. Let me find a better angle here, right here. So it looks like this. I'll come over here, see if we can see it. So, here. So that's a combination that I've just started working on that I want to be able to pull off in sparring. So this is one way that I will build it up so that I can. So the first level is I do the combination, and then I do any combination that I want. So you take a combination that you like and you alternate. So it looks like this. I throw anything I want. Then I do the combo. Then I do any combination. Then I do that combo again. So I'm mixing a set combination with a little bit of variety. I'm alternating the two. The next step is to now do anything I want, but integrate that combination in somewhere throughout the round. In other words, let's say I've got this guy's number, I figured him out. I know that the combo I want to land is going to land beautifully. But I can't just come out and keep throwing it. So I need to wait until I know that it's ready. So it's gonna look like this. So there you go. And I would just keep going, and then I'd be right back into it. Maybe I'd stay southpaw for a little bit. Okay? I'm just taking that combo and just integrating it as a part of my round. So I want to throw it a lot, but I also want to mix it in with everything else. The third stage to this is now I want to start looking for setups. So for example, if I want to set this up, boom, then what I'm going to do is throw a lot of this hand after the body hook. So 1, 2, 3, and angle this way, which is normally the safest way. If he's in an orthodox stance, meaning his left foot is in front and my left foot is in front, then usually me going this way takes me further away from his power shots. So that's usually the smartest way to go anyway. So I might go, ha, 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 ha. Now I don't want to become predictable, so I mix in other stuff too. Ha ha, if I'm just trying to set him up, boom, I move that way. If he feels me hit that body shot or even a hook up high, he's feeling like, okay, attention goes that way or it goes onto this shoulder. Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. There. Then somewhere in there, I've now got him set up. I go here, here, his attention goes that way. Whoom, bop, boom. So now I mix that in. So, ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, hey. Hey. Ha, ha. Ha, 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 way, way, way. Anyway, so there you go. You start with, pick the combo you want to develop, alternate between that and just a random combo. Then just put it into your round randomly all together. And then finally, start looking for setups. And then when you go into sparring, you can try those setups out. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope that you have a ton of fun practicing on the heavy bag. By the way, before you go anywhere, I do want to say I'm hosting a 21-day Fit Warrior Challenge for free starting February 9th. This is a program that we have ran in our gym for several years. It's very successful. It's great for getting back in shape and just getting your routine started again. It comes with a very structured outline where you can earn points for working out 3 times a week and for following our nutrition plan, as well as points for a few other good lifestyle habits. To earn the workout points, you can do anything you want for 30 minutes. However, for those who are interested in actually learning Jeet Kune Do, especially if you're brand new and never done anything like this before, I'm going to be going live on YouTube starting February 9th. I'll be going live 3 times a week, teaching a 30-minute beginner's Jeet Kune Do class. You don't need a bag for this, but I will say a heavy bag is not a bad investment. You will have a lot more fun having something to actually hit and feel your power develop than just hitting the air. But don't be afraid to get started with whatever you have. Again, this is free and it starts February 9th. If it's something you want to do, go to the link in the description. It'll take you to a form, fill in your information. If you give me your phone number, I'll send you a text whenever I've sent out an email so you don't miss it. I'm not gonna spam you. I don't have anything to sell, not at the moment. I do want to build some products, but I'm gonna make sure that you're ready to go come February 9th and that you'll know when I'm going live on YouTube. Awesome work, guys. Bye, bye, bye.